Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Dina and I'm the makeup enthusiast. In today's video I'm going to be doing a first impression of a palette that I received in the mail this week, and it is the Makeup Revolution and Tammi palette. This is a Tropical Carnival eyeshadow palette. Now I saw this and I was like, I really want to see what this formula is like. The packaging on this palette is so cool. I really like this front and how it's designed, and then opening it up, it's got a big huge mirror, and this is what the shadows look like. So this is what the palette here looks like, and the sleeve here has all the names on it. It does also come with a box. All the names are on the back of the box as well. The ingredients are on the back of the box. It does look like there are 10 pressed pigments in here, and this box does say that they're not suitable for the eye area. So if you are concerned about that, then by all means probably don't pick this one up, because there are quite a few in this palette that are pressed pigments. That generally for me just means that they might stain a little bit, and I'm not really concerned about that all that much. So starting off, we might swatch this palette, and then I'm going to jump on in and see what kind of look we can create. So I might just go left to right, line by line. So starting off, we have a Calypso, Soca, Notting Hill, and Spiced Rum. I'm just gonna go back in over that green to see if I can. It does build a bit. Greens, Short Knee, Destiny, Jovert, I think that's how we pronounce that one. Then we have Spice Island, Trini, Pink Panther, Muss, Girlies, Factional, Navy, Definitely, swatch that Definitely again. The last two are St. Catherine and Jab Jab. So the ones that they say are not eye safe are Soca, which is this purpley colour up here, Spiced Rum, Destiny, Spice Island, Trini, Pink Panther, Muss, Girlies, Navy, and Definitely. So there are quite a lot of colours in there that they say aren't eye safe because they're pressed pigments, but we're going to still use them today. That's all the colours there from the palette. Not fantastic based on the swatches, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with my MAC paint pot and just setting that with my Stay Matte powder. Okay, I think I might start off by taking Spice Island, which is this orange colour here, and just taking that through my crease lightly. And just blending it up. So this is the first Makeup Revolution palette I've ever tried. It was probably one of the first that ever really caught my eye, because I am really into bright colours at the moment, and I thought it was a really cool kind of collaboration colour layout, so that's why I decided to pick up this one. It kind of comes off a little bit more corally on the eye than it does orange, I think. I'm just going to clean off that same brush and then dip into Jovert, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is the matte yellow. And I'm just going to stick that in my in the inner corner crease part. Then on a MAC 217, I'm going to take Definitely, which is the matte teal in the palette, and just place this on the outer corner and blending into that orange in the crease. I'm just going to stand it on to get more of the colour than kind of wishy-washy, so just to get a bit more of a colour impact in the outer corner, I'm going to pat it on. I'm then going to go into Bacchanal, which is the matte blue, and blend that into the tealy green colour on the lid. They're very like muted colours. They're not really impactful. Then into the purple colour, which is Girlies. This is the matte purple. Same brush. I don't hate that, but it's not the best. Now I'm going to take a tacking brush. We have quite a small one. I want to get that really inner part of my eye. Taking the colour Soccer, which is the shimmery lavender colour, and just placing that on the inner section of my eyelid that hasn't been touched by the colour. And that's a pretty colour. Just dipping back into the matte purple on the other side of this small brush. With a pencil brush into the matte yellow. Back into the teal and just reapplying on the outer corner because it has gotten a little bit patchy. So I went ahead and did my base makeup, so I'm just going to finish off the rest of my eyes and then do the final look. So from my lower lash line, I'm just going to go in with my tiny little Super Beauty smudger brush. Firstly, I'm going to take this green here, which is St. Catherine. I'm going to try and use some more of the colours under my lower lash line. Then taking Pink Panther. Oh, wait, no, I'll take Mars, but I'll take Mars first and then Pink Panther. And then just back in with my pencil brush and Calypso, and I'm just going to connect the inner corner to the colours that I just put on my lower lash line. Just going in with some black liner on my upper and lower lash line, just some mascara, and then for my lips I'm going to go in with Hot Buttered Rum from Too Faced, and I'm just going to run over that with this NYX Butter Gloss. This is Cupcake. There we go. So this is the final look using the Makeup Revolution and Tammi palette. My first impression thoughts on this palette. I still really, the packaging is awesome. I love this like hard plastic packaging. The shimmers, so I used 2 shimmers in this look. I used Calypso and Soccer. They are quite nice. They are on the sheer side. They're not really impactful. You can build them up, which I do appreciate, but they're not really over the top intense shimmers. The metallics are a bit hit and miss. They are nice. They're a nice formula, but they're nothing fantastic. This palette is on the lower end of the scale in terms of pricing, so I mean it's hard to judge a palette based on the quality when they're not investing as much money into the pigments as a higher end brand. So I think the pigments are pretty good for the price that you pay. In Australia, this palette here is 19 Australian dollars for an 18-pen palette, so you're paying a little bit over $1 per shadow. I think it's a good value for only having to pay $1 per shadow, but do I think it's the best formula on the market? No. I think that some of the colours are a bit patchy, particularly the purple. So I used this purple and this blue in the look. I think it looks a bit patchy in the areas where I've blended it. Pressed pigments, typically you are kind of sacrificing the blendability of them to get a more impactful colour or a bigger colour payoff. So you kind of are sacrificing the blendability of them to be able to get a better quality pigment from the shadow, or a higher pigment from the shadow, a higher colour payoff from the shadow. I don't think you get that from this palette. I think you're sacrificing both with this palette. Because you are paying a lower price tag, you're not getting the higher pigment quality and you're not getting that really impactful quality. These colours come off on the eye, in my opinion, more as like a pastel or like a darker pastel, not a pressed pigment. Typically, I think a pressed pigment, you are getting powderier, but they can be buildable. In areas where I did try and lay it on, over time with the movement of my eyelids, I feel like it has dropped off a little bit over just the time of applying my makeup, where my eyelids have moved a little bit. So in my crease area, I feel like the pigment has been lost a little bit and we've already got like some patchiness showing up. So I think it's a cool little palette. I really like the color story on it, but I don't know whether I would recommend it. I think it probably could potentially be a good starter palette for colors, but at the same time, I think if you are hoping to get nice colors out of this palette, you may be disappointed because of how it performs. I think you can definitely get nice looks out of it. They do probably take a little bit more work to build them up because there is that lower quality pigment in them. I mean, the look I've created today, it's not the worst look. It's certainly not my favorite look that I've come up with. I was hoping for more of an intense color payoff when I was applying these darker mattes to my eyes, but I didn't really get that. Definitely suggest, if you are going to use the mattes in this shadow, to build them, apply them, layer them, but try not to blend them. Only blend them slightly, because if you blend them too much, you're going to get a lot of patchiness. I didn't end up using any of these shimmer shadows from the copper here right through to the blue. I didn't end up using any of them. I pretty much used every other color in the palette other than this black, but you saw in the swatches the black was very patchy, so I didn't really want to use it because I was scared it was going to ruin my look more than I already did. But everything else, I mean, the yellow, the orange, they are nice colors, but they're not that intense, really bright yellow that it kind of looks like in the pan. The orange kind of looks more of a coral on the eyes when you're blending it than a true orange, and the yellow, it does fade a little bit when you are applying it on the eye. The teal and the blue and the purple, they do kind of fade a little bit when you apply them to the eye. I think she did a really good job of the color layout. I think these colors are really pretty to look at in the pan. Don't perform the best, but I wasn't expecting a huge amount from the Makeup Revolution formula, just considering the price tag. But I think it's a good little palette to have a good play with if you are looking for kind of more of a bit of a pastel formula. I think using these colors with like a fluffy brush or blending them out, you can get that more pastel look on your eyes. I'm going to keep having a play with this palette and see how I can get my eyes to look with using kind of less colors on my eye, and maybe just layering like one of the shimmers with maybe one or two of the mattes and see if I can get them to lay a bit better on my eyes. I think you could probably save your money, not pick this one up, but if you are looking for a good little colorful palette to maybe start with and have a play with, I think you could probably be happy with this. It just may require a little bit more work. That is my first impression look of the Makeup Revolution and Tammi palette. Let me know down in the comments box if you're going to pick this one up and what you thought of the eye look that I came up with. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Also, make sure you click the subscribe button down below so you can keep up to date on all my new videos that are coming out every single day in April. That's it for this video, everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.